afternoon everyone. Today we are going to discuss about the topic what is government. In this we are going to discuss the topics which are the first one, the introduction of government. We are going to discuss what is a government and why do we need the government. After that we will discuss the types of the government. The types of the government and the levels of government and the women's struggle, the women's suffrage movement, and then the last one, democratic government. Now these are the subtopics going to be covered. The introduction of government, what are the types of government, the levels of government, the women's suffrage movement and the democratic government. So let's begin. The government. Every country needs a government to make decisions about where to build roads and schools to reduce the price of onions, etc. So in this, they are telling that every government is needed for the country. Without the government, a country cannot be in a good position. Like building the roads, taking care of the roads, fixing the price of the onions, and making schools and etc. There are many more examples. So the next one, the government takes actions on social issues like voting rights, gun violence, etc. Meaning, the government solves the problems of the society. If any person has a problem, the government has the right to solve it in a perfect manner, like in the court. And gun violence means when people are fighting with gun in the society, which makes a lot of noise, and some people may get feared because of the fight. So to solve that problem also the government has the rights, and it also protects the boundaries of the country and maintain peaceful relations, etc. It meaning the government also protect the boundaries of the country, not to protect the people from the other country, because some countries may come and attack our country. So who will take care of it? The government has the rights to do that, and maintain peaceful relations with other countries also, like America, UK and many more. And let's see, the government has the Bharat Petroleum, the petrol company is also under the government. The railways, the government is, here is the government, the place where the government discuss its problems. This is the place, and this is the Supreme Court. It is also under the government. In the Supreme Court, it is the highest court. If any problem is taken to a higher level, meaning in one small court the problem is not yet solved, it goes to the high court, it goes to the courts, higher and higher courts, and at last reaches the Supreme Court. And the Supreme Court takes the decisions what to do with the criminal, the person who has committed the crime. This Supreme Court is also under the government. So this is the introduction of the government. Introduction is completed. So let's go to the next subtopic, which is the levels of the government. The levels of the government. There are many levels of the government. Which are the levels of the governments are the local level. The first one is local level. Local level means in the area the problems are solved by the local government. And the state level government. The state level government means the state. The government, this government takes care of the state. Meaning, example like building the roads of the roads, and to build a school. For example, in Bangalore, to build a school, the state level government has the rights, and central or national level government, it helps us to maintain peaceful relations with other countries, to protect the boundaries, etc. Now these are the people. Narendra Modi is a central he is the person who is in the central level. Local level means the Gram Panchayat, and this woman is a governor of a state. So this is the levels of the government. So we will go in detail with the local government, the state government, and the central government. Let's see. So what is a local government? The local level take care of the problem in the society or area, like locating a common hand pump for the people. This local level government takes care of the villages, the small villages. Those places are not very rich, so there is no syntax and all. So there is a common hand pump for the people. So locating the common hand pump for the people is taken by the local level. It does the thing of locating a hand pump, taking care of the people in the village, asking their problems or solving their problems, and many more. Now let's go to the state level government. State level looks after the welfare and prosperity of the state, like building a large government school in Bangalore, etc. So the state level looks after the entire government. Means every time this state level government does not goes to house every day. Sometimes the governor or the chief minister comes to the state and asks what is the problem to the local government. So that solves the this state level looks after the whole state. And examples for looking after the whole state is like building a large government school in Bangalore, Dispur, or many places. It does not mean in one place. Every state level government does its job. So the central or national level. This central level is also called as national level. What is the work of the central level? Central level or the national level takes care of the entire country, like changing of old notes. Old notes means the money. Changing the old notes when the notes become very old. Some people think it is a boring note. Every time we cannot see the old notes. So to change that notes or to change the value of the notes, the central government has the power to do that. And or making a train from Jammu and Kashmir to Thiruvananthapuram means to build a train from. It is difficult to make a train from the north to the south. Entire journey from north to south, west to east. So the state level government cannot do that. It is not about two states, Jammu, Kashmir and Kerala. It is about the states running from the northern India to the southern India. So there are many states running. So to take care of that, to take care of this train, the central or the national level government has the power to do that or the rights to do that. So, the levels of the government is completed. So now let's go to the types of government. What are the types of government? What means the types of the government? Means there are many types of governments. Like our country has a democratic government. Let's see what are the different types of government. There are three types of governments. The monarchy, or which means the king or queen rules the country. Democracy means people vote their leaders. Vote their leaders and the leaders take care of this country or the local level or the state level or the central level. Dictatorship means only one person ruling the complete or the whole country. Now let me give some examples. This person is a king. He is a monarch. Monarch means a king or the queen. So here this person has does take care of the whole country. And democracy means the democracy is separated into many groups. Like I said, the state level government, the local level government, or the central level government. The local level government also has a leader. The state level government also has leaders like the governor, the chief minister, and many more lower powers than those people. And in the central level government, the president and the prime minister and many more. And what is a dictatorship? I said that one person rules the entire country. The entire country should listen what that person is telling. Meaning this dictator makes the laws for the country. So these are the types of government. Let's see in detail what is the monarchy, what is the dictatorship, and what is the democratic government. Monarchy has the power to make decisions. The monarch has the power to make the decisions and run the government. They discuss with a small group, but finally the finality is done by the monarch. Meaning, this monarch does what asks the problem of the person or the village or the house. So the problem is there. Who should solve the monarch? So he discussed that problem with the small people in the palace. The ministers are there, so they tell what may be the solution. But the decision is taken by the monarch. The king or the queen has the final decision to take. Does the finality means takes the decision. And in a democracy, it is the people who vote for their leaders through elections. Once elected, these people form the government and they explain the laws to the people. Now, in the democratic government, in the democratic government, the people vote for their leaders. In this democratic government, the people vote for their leaders, and once the people become the leaders, they form the government. The people who are the leaders form the government, and they make the laws, means the rules and regulations for the people. And if the people of the country break the laws or the rules and regulations, the democratic government also has the rights to punish that person. And what is a dictatorship, or what is the work of the dictator? Only one person rules and makes the laws for the country. This type of ruling over the country is called dictatorship. Means only one person, just one person, like this person, makes the rules of the country, the laws, the regulations of the country, and it should be followed by the people of the country, is what this dictator does. And this type of ruling over the country is called the dictatorship. So the types of governments is also over. So let's move on to the next subtopic. The democratic governments. What is democratic government? And what is our India? Our India is a democracy. Means our India consists of the democratic government. This achievement is the result of a long struggle, eventful struggle by the Indian people, the people of India. Now our India is a democratic government. Now this democratic government is the best type of government for the country. And this achievement of India is the result of a long eventful struggle from the people of India. Now there are places in the world where people have also struggled to have the democracies. As we know that people elect their representatives, it is better to have a democracy as the people vote for the representatives. As the people vote for the representatives, most of the people of the country or most of the people in the world say that democracy is the best type of government. Why? Because you have the power to vote your representative. That's why people and other countries have also struggled to have the democracies. It is a best type. That doesn't mean that monarchy and dictatorship is not the best or should not be done. That is also good in that way. So, but all over the world, people say that democratic government is the best. And democratic governments are usually referred as representative democracies. Why? Let us see. But these types of governments do not directly participate. Means the people or the representatives do not directly participate, but they choose their representatives through an election process. Meaning, some people directly become the leaders, but in this representative democracies, people directly do not become the leaders. They become the leaders through a process called election. Means the people vote their leaders in the process called election. And these days a government is only being called when it allows the universal adult franchise. Now what is a universal adult franchise? In this election there is one rule the people should follow. People above 18 years should only vote for their representatives. So that is called a universal adult franchise. So this is how. But when example I am giving, if some country like UK, I am just giving an example. It is not the truth. I am just giving an example. Think the country UK, United Kingdom, is not allowing universal adult franchise. Means people below the 18 years can also participate through the election. Then that government is not referred as the representative democracies or the democratic government, because when the government, it is only called a government when people above 18 years have the right to vote. Means when you become 18 years or above, you have the right to vote. If you are 17, if you are 16, if you are 10 years, you don't have the right to vote in the election. So this is about the democratic governments. Now let's see what is the women's suffrage movement. Why did the women suffer? And why did they do this women's suffrage movement? Struggle for women for votes. All over Europe and USA, women and poor people have the power to vote. Now why they are telling that all over Europe and USA, women and poor people have the power to vote? Because in the 18th century or the 19th century, when the democratic government came, the rich people means only the rich men had the right to vote in the elections. So the poor people and the women did not have the right to vote. Only if the people are very rich, they have the right to vote. So that time the minority made the majority, and the women's struggle strengthened. The women started protesting. They made a protest that we need the power to vote. We also want to vote in the process election. Women's and this struggle got strengthened during the First World War. Why? Because many men were out to fight in the World War. And this movement was called the women's suffrage movement. Means we are suffering that we cannot vote, we cannot stand in elections, but from now on we need the power to vote and to stand in the elections, is what this women's suffrage movement tells. And to term the gain to women's suffrage movement term means to gain the voting rights. We also need the power to vote. And American women got the rights. The American women got the rights to vote in 1920. Meaning the women of the country America, in that the women got the power to vote in 1920, and the UK women in 1928. So on. Means in the United Kingdom, the England, the women in that country got the power to vote in 1928, and many more countries after that. So this is a woman who was the first Indian president. So this is about the struggle for women votes. So we completed this chapter. What is government? So let us recall. What is a government? The government have the power to take care of the country, to help the people of the country, to take care of the boundaries, to fix the price of the onions and so on. And in the levels of government, the levels of the government are, there are three types of levels. There are three levels of the government, which are the first one is the local level, state level, and the central or the national level. In the local level government helps in taking care of the area or the society or village, and the example is locating a common hand pump for the people. And in the state level government takes care of the entire state, and the example of taking care is building a big college in Karnataka, or building a big government school in Karnataka. And the central level government means the central level government takes care of the people of the country by building peaceful relations with other countries. So this is the types of governments. In the levels of government, there are three levels of government: monarchy, which means the king or queen; democratic government; and dictatorship. In the monarchy, the monarch has the right to solve the problems. He or she discuss the problems with some people, and he makes the decision at last. And in the democracy, the people have the right to vote, means to make their representatives or their leaders. This is about the types of and the dictatorship. In the dictatorship, only one person rules the entire country, and he makes the rules, regulations, or the law for the people of the country. These are the three levels of the three types of the government. Now democratic governments. Now our India is a democracy, and this democratic government has we got the democratic government for a long eventful struggle by the Indian people. And the democratic government is also referred as the representative democracies. Now in this, the people do not directly participate or become the leaders. They become the leaders through a process called election, and this country is only called a democratic government only when it allows the universal adult franchise. Means the people above 18 years only have the right to vote. Now let's go to the struggle for women for votes. Now the women in the Europe, the USA, in our country have got the power to vote or stand in the elections from a long time before. Now when we go to the long back, the women did not have the power to vote. The poor people did not have the power to vote. Only the rich people voted for the government, voted for their representatives. So after that, the women told to some other women, they thought that we also want the power to vote, to stand in the elections. So they started making the protest. So in the World War I, that is WW1, this struggle got strengthened. Means it gave power to them. Means the government of the countries got a little bit scared because the men of the country went for fighting in the World War I. So almost all the men went for fighting, and majority of women were there. So their protest got strengthened in the World War I, and this is called the women's suffrage movement to gain voting rights. And American women got the vote, got their power, got what they wanted in these 1920, and UK women got their power in 1928, and so on in another countries. So I hope you people enjoyed our discussion. I will bring another topic in the next class. Hope you enjoyed my video. Thank you.